What is going on, family? It is your boy, LaMarcus. I am the host of this podcast, this journey that we're going on together called Between God and Grit. I've explained what that meant. It's just a quick recap if you just got a caught of the social media, whatever it may be. This podcast is about my journey. And I keep telling people, I'm not your rock. I'm not the rock. I'm the blueprint. I want you to learn from me. I want you to learn from my mistakes. I want you to walk with me, and I want to walk with you. Like, I would love for this space that I have to expand and have people come here. We can break bread together, and you come on this podcast and you share your testimony for other individuals. You know, I have a heart for the poor. You know, I have a heart for widowers and widows. You know, I have a heart for the sick and the lame and people that are struggling because I've been poor, and I want to help people. I have a heart to help out people in leadership, pastors who are struggling with these identity issues. Porn is an identity issue. Why? Because it's like, am I choosing my flesh? Am I identifying with the flesh more than I'm identifying with God? With the love of God, with the grace of God, with the mercy of God. That's the point. We live between God, and it takes grit to continue to pursue Him in a very ruthless manner. And the reason I said the word ruthless is because you have to be ruthless with the flesh to overcome it. It is a fight the Bible speaks about. We do not wrestle against just flesh and blood, but against the darkness and the principalities of evil. We do. The devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy, but he distracts you to kill yourself, to steal from yourself, and to destroy what God has called you and given you to do. Now, I'm just going to open this up and break this down real quick, okay? I didn't say it was easy. I stayed because quitting would have cost more. Those are words that hit me and still resonate with me to this day. They hurt. But the fact of the matter is, it is truth. And those two words were said by my wife to me. Because she understood that I am not a bad man. I am not an evil man. I have been a man that has dealt with trauma on severe levels. I've been a man that has changed from the person that she knew me to be. And yet this woman told me I didn't stay because it was easy. I stayed because quitting would have cost more. She would have lost the love of her life. Her kids, our kids, but I'm saying from her perspective, her kids have a father that they love and adore, and they know about everything. They do. They still they forgive me. They love me. We're moving forward. But even in the midst of things that were opened up because of the actions that I have given, I wasn't meant to be there. I shouldn't have been there. The fact is, again, as I stated in episode 4, this wasn't for y'all, it was for me. Her staying is one of the strongest things that somebody can do. The world will tell you he messed up. He's messed up several times. You need to leave. She worked at a school called Grapevine Faith Christian School, and a bunch of moms up there were just like, leave him, leave him, leave him, leave him, leave him. And I admit, there were conversations that were tough that were had. People were going to think I'm stupid, blah, blah, blah. But then she came around because God touched her and said, it don't matter what people think, boss. Do you love him? Yes. Do you want him? Yes. Then walk with him. See, a lot of people don't understand that when it comes to marriages and being in relationships or friendships with people that have wronged you on so many levels, and you choose God over fear. This woman's not just choosing me, she's choosing all of me. She's choosing to walk with me in my addiction, in my struggles, with a thorn in my side. She's choosing to walk this out. And you can't be more of a freaking boss to do that. Proverbs 31 wife. I got one, straight up. And as I sit here and listen to those words, I'm resonated with them because honestly, it's inspiring. But it makes me realize that I don't deserve it. The wages of sin is death, and I have sinned my share in this life. Staying meant rebuilding trust slowly. Staying meant choosing boring obedience over dramatic redemption arcs. Think about it. That's the thing in movies, in entertainment, TV shows, whatever it may be, success stories, the redemption. You know, you get those movie voiceovers. One man decided to go against the grain. All that crap. It's always one man or woman. It's always one of those things. But it's the redemption, the success that people love to hear about. But here, it meant choosing boring obedience over dramatic redemption arcs. What is boring obedience to some people? It's taking slow steps, building slow progress, and slowly forgiving, slowly trusting, slowly choosing to heal, slowly stepping on solid ground. My parents told me if it comes easy, it ain't worth it. It's just the same thing that I noticed about work and in marriages. People are like, oh my God, I'm in love. Oh, la, 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 la. Shut it up. Marriage is work. When your partner, Jamie Foxx said something when they come down, and he was like, and you just look at him and you just, and you want to say, bleep you, oh, bleep you, bleep you, bleep you, bleep you, bleep, 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 and I hit that high note, but he's like, bleep you. And if you don't know what the bleep is, go watch the special. It's not going to be cookie cutter, cupcake sunrises, 24/7. You're going to get in some arguments. You're going to have some disagreements. You're going to forget some things. You're going to overshare, undershare, overcommunicate, undercommunicate. It's work. And it's that work that you chose to do. And I failed that. And yet my bride is still saying, I'm willing to work. There was no viral comeback for her. There was just consistency. The outcome of what I told you, nothing happened, but it was for me, not for you. But at the end of the day, it ripped off some Band-Aids that my wife was like, did I heal from this? We had to go all the way back to the beginning, and she's been working through it since. Marriage, fatherhood, parenthood, motherhood, faith, it's all work. And sometimes that work is choosing boring obedience over a dramatic redemption arc. It's work for this. For daily alignment instead of public applause. For daily alignment over public applause. Everybody out there wants this. Everybody wants this. Hooray! But sometimes you don't, like most of the time when it comes to Jesus, it's like, yo, let me put my head down and focus on God and keep working. And I'm blessed to say I have a wife that does that. She keeps on coming. I'ma keep on coming. Stink meter, if you know the Boondocks, you know the Boondocks. But there was a moment that I had. So again, I think I said this in the last podcast, that I created this email for myself, said I failed God. And I put all my daily struggles, my journaling, everything is sent to that email. ifailedgod@gmail.com. If you want to send me some stuff that I could pray over on that email, do it. I'm letting you know, am I an ordained pastor still? Yes. Do I preach the word of God? not to a congregation, but I want to live this out for the rest of my life because I know I'm not perfect and I fail, but I get back up because of his strength and his glory and his persistence of me. So this is where the Beta Blueprint was forged, okay? And it came to me. I'm like, yo, there's 6 areas of life in here. And if all 6 areas of life you're producing wealth in, it's going to be a great life. But we struggle in one of the 6 ways. I didn't create the Beta Blueprint as a brand, but as survival framework. And everybody has alpha and beta. And I say life in beta because when something is in beta, a program, they release it to select few people and they get to test it out, try it out, and give feedback. So beta isn't weak. Beta is just unfinished. And yes, life in beta. I'm living an unfinished life. And God does his best work in unfinished men and women who stay submitted. That goes back to that boring obedience over the dramatic redemption arc. Beta is unfinished. And God does his best work in unfinished men and women who stay submitted. Just remember and know this, that this podcast isn't for people who have it all together. I don't want to talk to you, bro. You must have a boring freaking life, bro. Miss me with that. You got it all together. You a lie. Your mama's a lie. Your daddy's a lie. Your brother's a lie. Your twin cousin's a lie. You ain't got it all together. There's no one person on this earth. And I'm not talking to those people that feel that they have it all together. Or feel that, hey, I'm better than you because I didn't mess up like you did. I don't want those people. This podcast isn't for you. It's for the leader who's tired, the believer who is conflicted, the man rebuilding quietly, the woman rebuilding quietly, the woman who's choosing obedience again. And if that's you, you're home. Welcome home. And I'm going to tell you this, whether you believe in God or not, the foundation of this podcast is God. But to walk with you through the grit, that is the goal. I want us to reach 1.1 million souls for Jesus Christ. And I'm not talking about the cookie cutters, the people that have it all together. I want community with those that are still struggling, that the society is like, yo, I don't even want to talk to you. Why? Because those are beautiful women and children of God. That is a calling for me to blend everyone together, understanding that we all make mistakes and we are not perfect. And here's the thing. If I'm struggling with something that you don't have a struggle with, maybe you can connect with me and we can work on this together. We can be in communication. We can have accountability. That's exactly the point of this. You're home. I wish I had a space like this when I was just going through everything. I didn't really have, I had obviously my main man, Malik, my brother, Frank. I had my real brothers, my actual blood brothers who were putting it down on me. I'm not going to lie. They were holding me accountable and telling me the truth. Because sometimes I was like, man, everybody's just talking about me. And I remember my brothers being like, bro, I love you, but you ain't the victim. You did this to you. But by God's grace, he's going to pull you out of it. God never said his discipline ain't going to hurt. And I'm like, all right, shut up. And then my punk freaking brothers were like, bro, you cry ugly, bro. You cry ugly, bro. Look at your face. And I'd be like, bro, yeah, this ain't the time to be hot siding on me. This is not the time. But I needed that. I needed that tough love to understand that, let God do God. God has given grace, favor, mercy, blessings. Let God do God, but you need to stay fully submitted. I need you to understand that that's the goal of this show. I have created and written so many devotionals over PTSD, police officers, military people, emergency techs, or nurses, people, these devotionals. I have one called Outcast, which everybody that follows and subscribes to this YouTube channel, I just need a list, an email list for y'all, and I'm not going to be bombarding y'all with that. I will just send you the full 30-day Outcast devotional. It's got challenges, and we can do this together if you want to on this YouTube channel, but I'm just saying, because of you supporting your boy here, especially as I'm starting now, I will give you that gift for free. It's free to y'all. Y'all, we're family. This is going to sound weird. Sorry about that car. I'm literally outside recording this. But this is between God and Grit, fam. And if you want to walk this out with me, not just listen, join me in the inner room of my school. Join me. It's called the Between God and Grit, the Inner Room. We build slowly, we tell the truth, and we stay. That's one thing that I still need to work on. When I'm hearing how I hurt my wife, or how I hurt a friend, or things of that nature, I get too hardcore hurt to where I get mad and I just want to leave the conversation because I can't handle the fact that these people trusted me and I let them down. And again, I'm not talking about just 2023. I'm talking about in my life. Think about this. If y'all have nobody out there, if you ain't got no family, no friends, and you just want to connect, just remember, I'm still here and you got me. I'm not playing. I'm willing to give out my actual phone number to schedule some calls, whatever it may be, just to get on the horn with you and just talk with you so we can do this. I have been through the fire and I want to make sure you don't go through it. But if you do have to go through it, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, think about it. They were in the fire. There was 3, but there was actually 4. When 2 or more gather together, Jesus is here. Let me walk through the fire with you. I want as many people to call me. I want as many people to message me. I want as many people to talk to me, because at the end of the day, I want to walk through that fire with you. That's just what I want to do, because that's who God made me. I'm just saying. God has you. God loves you. God is for you. And until next podcast, until next time, remember, keep God first and all will fall into place. I love y'all. Peace.